Breaking news, terrible. Mark Carney sells out Canada to the extreme. The new European safe deal unpacked. Canada signed on absolutely today, and the UK did not. The UK did not sign on, rejected it. It's going through. I'm going to unpack it all for Canadians. We have the tyrant of all tyrants, the most evil, sadistic prime minister that I've ever seen in my lifetime in Canada. This puts Justin Trudeau on the bench of a preacher compared to this animal, the banker, Mark Carney, the architect of all of it. Trudeau, a simpleton, social studies at best teacher, drama teacher, part-time, no life experience, no nothing, a silver spoon fool. And Mark Carney's the one who created him. In fact, Mark Carney's created them all. You will not hear a word from this most grievous act against Canadians to date that I've seen in my lifetime. Everybody, this is an explosive video. I'm going to unpack for all of you as best I can in layman's terms of what has occurred here today from the filthy miscreant, the evil banker, the biggest fraudster, prime minister ever known in my lifetime in Canada. And maybe there's some other shitty backdoor dealings, and I've went through a lot of it with a lot of prime ministers over a lot of decades, but this takes the cake. It's absolutely an end to Canada-USA military relationship for NATO, NORAD, the 3.5% GDP. You can kiss all that goodbye. Mark Carney, the liar, the thief, the rapist, isn't going to be doing any of that. So let me try very articulately in layman's terms, break it down for you all. European Union, uniting of 28 countries in Europe today, largely led by France, as you should all know. UK formed Brexit, left that system, has no more influence upon it. They entered this idea of safe the same way Canada did and many other Commonwealth countries. But Mark Carney signed on absolutely. What is safe? It's a financial system of the 28 European Union membered countries in procuring over 150 billion euros in a fund to fund military procurement, weapons, missiles, all of it, technology, you name it. Now Canada comes to the table as an outsider. And even before this deal, over the course since the election till now, the filthy prime minister, the tyrant, Mark Carney, the banker, set up a Canadian taxpayers' raped fund for military procurement that in speak was for, this will meet the needs of NATO, NORAD. We're going to make America happy. And folks, since absolutely World War II, 75% of all of Canada's military procurements are from our best friend, southern neighbor, most advanced military in the world, the United States of America. And we couldn't even make 2%. We were once at 4%, no problem. Then we started going down. USA says, okay, look, we expect 2%. And immediately, Pierre Poilievre under Stephen Harper absolutely cut it to 1%. As soon as USA said, we're going to let you go on the 4%, but we absolutely demand 2%. They said, you know what? Up yours. 1%. How do you like that, America? You'll be forced to protect us. To hell with America. To hell with Americans. And now, since we've elected this Mark Carney, he created a banking fund for military procurement that he's now signed over in the safe with the European Union, giving the equivalent of equalization to the European Union, meaning Canadian contractors can now bid through SAFE, even though they have no access to the loans. And I need to really explain this in banker terms, in financial terms, economic terms, that you can all understand, and I get it right. So, European Union, believe it or not, amongst the 28 states in this SAFE program, only for them, this money pooled from the European Union follows closely, not entirely, but closely, to the gold standard of inflation follows the lender, not the borrower. Okay? What that means is you're not going to have renewal periods. I know every Canadian who watches this video has no idea that a lot of places in the world, inflation follows the lender, not the borrower. This is the gold standard of America. Many levels of finance, government, federal, state, municipal, and the American people themselves, where it all starts, when they take out loans, those loans are lifetime fixed. You made a deal. You want said item. Here's the years. Here's the interest rate. That will not change. That's never been Canada, not its crown filth system. And under SAFE, largely, everything in conjunction with this financial system they set up, that's how it works. But not Canada. We're not European Union. We've now committed the money we promised America into a new Canada-UK fund where inflation follows you, the sucker Canadian, where America gave us those loans and we got the same treatment as every single American citizen. Municipality, state government, federal government. Well, that's not what we're moving into, and not with SAFE. Mark Carney rapes all taxpayers, debt loads all of you to build this tremendous fund. From that, he enters the SAFE program. His friends and folks, not just his friends, all of Pierre Poilievre's friends too. Rich, wealthy elites in Canada, and sometimes foreign companies from the Commonwealth who've been doing this work here will now get to bid in that system without the perks of the financial system, because you, the Canadian taxpayers, will insure those loans. Not only that, you will pay at minimum 2% GDP, according to your GDP, to every European Union country that you outbid. Your elites, your wealthy elites, outbid them. You will pay the difference to the country in the European Union who lost out. And you're going to do that with loans that are inflation follows you, not the lender. You will eat it and your children for the rest of your lives. You'll never pay it off, and the loans will transform and change at regular intervals. You don't know what it's going to cost you. No AI can tell you what it's going to cost you. But every AI right now will tell you absolutely you're losing the American gold standard. And this is to absolutely move away from the USA in military procurement, and absolutely to transition away from NATO and NORAD. Benjamin Ebley, which I should have tagged in this, and I should tag Jonathan Bahai. I'm going to go back and do that. Everybody, this is so imperative for all of you to share. This is Mark Carney raping everyone for himself and all his elite rich friends throughout the world who are set up shop in Canada. Not American. Not American. And certainly not everyday average Joe Jane Canadians. You're all on the hook for it like never before in Canadian history. This is a fraudster crime minister. You see in America people convicted of this all the time. Ponzi schemes, frauds. Mark Carney's prime minister, Lord of the Treasury, unindictable, unprosecutable, and in fact, all Canadian military and police will fight tooth and nail to protect him from all of you greasy, low, degenerate subjects who have no rights or no business challenging his authority. You elected it, you own it for the next years he's in office, however many those are. And again, Pierre Poilievre sits there with his mouth shut on the largest crime and rape against Canadians that I've seen in my lifetime. An educated finance, educated economist. I'm giving it to you straight in as best layman terms as I can. This is going to destroy the Canada-USA military alliance. And you know what, folks? There's a lot going on. There's even more to go through today. A lot has happened in Canada. And I don't want to go past this video right now. I want you all to share this out. This massive, most heinous crime from Prime Minister Mark Carney. The worst of the worst I've seen in my lifetime. Again, makes Justin Trudeau look like a preacher, a church preacher. And to say that says a lot. And there is literally nobody and no AI coming to say, oh no, none of that's true, because it is absolutely 100% true. We're in a lot of trouble, Canadians. If you haven't noticed, Ontario's bleeding out, and I'm not going to get into all that. These are going to be separate videos. I'm going to hold off because I want this one shared. I want this one going vast and far, and a lot of people need to tackle this. Supposed people who are fighting for you. I want to hear what conservatives say. I've highlighted it for everybody. And what really pisses me off is I'm educated that way. I see it. Where are all your experts from the far left, far right? Well, why is Pierre Poilievre silent? Why are there no chartered bank experts talking about this? Because they're in on the rape. They love it. They like it. And they're all going to get stinkily rich while you all go dirt down, dirty poor. Sacrifices Canadians should never be asked to make in the name of criminal activity. The most severe white-collar crimes, at least in the free world, even European Union will classify this action as a crime. But yet Canada's a separate nation, not a member. They'll take all your money. You want to build it all up? You want to make a few elites in Canada rich at the tremendous expense of Canadians? Bring it on. Make European Union strong. Just like all the wars, Canadians are cannon fodder. Well, now you're financial cannon fodder. Trump sees it. The whole Trump administration sees it. In fact, all Democrats see it too. They know clearly, as I told you, they are the gold standard in controlling inflation for all the people of America, their 50 states, their country as a whole. And look at the massive debt they took on in the name of love for all of you and the rest of the world to try and make it a free and fair place. And they can't hold it up anymore. And what does Canada do? Sticks them in the belly with a knife. They reach out their arms, hey, can you give us a hand? And Canada sticks them in the stomach with a knife. The truth is evident. It's clear, verifiable, real. It's all truth in this video. Undeniable. Folks, share. Get this out there. We're at point critical of a runaway, sadistic, evil, nefarious, satanic, really, ultimately, runaway fraudster government under Prime Minister Mark Carney, the most heinous criminal of the white-collar world known today, running the country free to commit any crime where no police, no military is going to shut him down. They're sworn to uphold him, no matter how far and evil he goes, no matter how much destruction he does to the people of Canada. You are on the brink of going belly up and losing all relationships with the United States. This is my video. Earth-shattering, critical, accurate, verifiable, truthful. Get it out there. It's undeniable. Share it. Let's see. Let's hear from the popcorn factory of these financial experts. I want to hear it out of their mouth, but they're going to shut their mouth. Oh no, don't highlight our corrupt, crummy system. We've been getting rich, thieving off these people forever and a day. We're never going to change. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up and pay. Learn to live with less. Suffer. You're less than people. You're subjects under the divinity of us, self-appointed, anointed. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. We're in a world of hurt here now. God bless everybody. That's my video. Share, share, share. Be the change. Get it out there. Get the message out there strong. It needs to get out there. We got to wake a lot of Canadian folks up here. God bless. Bye now.